There is everything you need to know about Lingyang explained in under 5 minutes. Lingyang is a standard main DPS Glacial Gauntlet wielding unit, with the majority of his damage coming from his basic, resonance skill and outro. Lingyang has two states, his normal state and his striding lion state. In his normal state, Lingyang has a 5-hit basic attack combo dealing glacial damage. His heavy attack hits in front dealing glacial damage and makes Lingyang jump into the air. His skill will perform one strike dealing glacial damage, it has no cooldown, and using his skill will not interrupt his basic attack cycle. After his third, fourth and fifth basic attack, his skill will become enhanced, striking twice for a bit more damage and filling his forte gauge by 20%. One important thing about the skill is that after you've done your third basic attack skill, fourth basic attack skill, fifth basic attack skill, if you basic attack again, you get placed back to the third basic attack. When his forte gauge is full, using a heavy attack makes Lingyang jump and enter striding lion state. While in his striding lion state, his basic attack and skill turns into an alternate version. His alternate basic attack is a 2-hit basic attack combo dealing glacial damage, and his alternate skill is an air dash dealing glacial damage. His liberation deals glacial damage to enemies in front of him, boosts his glacial damage output by 50% for 14 seconds, and fills 60% of his forte gauge. If his forte gauge is full, or would become full when using the ult, Lingyang automatically enters his striding lion state. His intro skill deals glacial damage and fills 40% of his forte gauge. His outro skill deals massive glacial damage. Let's talk about his rotation. If you have your ultimate up, you start with your intro skill and then you immediately ult, entering Stranding Lion state. After that, you alternate between your basic attacks and your skill until Stranding Lion state ends. Then you swap out and use his outro skill before he loses his 50% glacial damage. If you don't have your ultimate up, you start with your intro skill, then you do basic attack cycles until you get your ult up, you ult, enter Stranding Lion, then you alternate between your basic attacks and skills until the state ends, and you exit with an outro skill. For teams, you would want to run Lingyang with one sub DPS and one support that buffs his attack, basic attack, skill damage or glacial damage. Currently in the game, this means you would want to run him with Tao Chi or Sanhua as sub DPSs, as Tao Chi buffs skill damage and Sanhua buffs basic attack damage. For supports, you would want to run Baizhe or Verena, as both gives healing and team-wide buffs, with Baizhe also providing glacial damage at higher resonance chain. For weapons, the 5-star standard weapon Abyss Surges is his best in slot, with Stonard and Hollow Mirage being his best 4-star options. For echoes, you would want to run Lingering Tunes with Mech Abomination as your main echo. The reason for this is because how much glacial damage bonus Lingyang gets from both his 3-star echoes plus his ultimate, which is a total of 110%. This means that due to diminishing returns, the glacial damage bonus you get from Freezing Frost increases your damage less than the attack from Lingering Tunes. For substats, you should prioritize energy regen until you hit 20 to 25%, crit rate, crit damage, then attack percent, then flat attack, then equally basic attack damage and skill damage, then liberation damage, and then everything else is a dead stat. And that's everything you need to know about Lingyang. I hope you enjoyed this video and make sure to like the video and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next one.